What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're gonna be ranking all of my heads. We're not ranking them, but we're gonna be figuring out what head I'm gonna be using this club fall season. So let's get right into this video. Okay, guys. First up is my good old trusty gate face-off stiff. This is gonna be maybe a great choice for the summer right now because obviously this thing, or for the fall, because it's gonna be cold out and this thing flexes really great. So this potentially will be going in my gear bag as maybe a backup stick. I don't think I'm gonna start with this stick. This is just not the best for sweeping or anything like that. A little too soft, but I'm gonna give this. So we're basically ranking all the heads off of stiffness or flexibility, control, and being able to maintain shape. So those are going to be what we're going to be ranking all these heads off of. So this one for flexibility, because you don't want too flexible but not too stiff. For flexibility, we're going to be giving this thing a good, because it's not too flexible. It's pretty flexible though, but I think for flexibility, we're going to give this a good, probably like an 8. So that's an 8 for flexibility. Then the next one was control, all the pinch and pops, sweeps, and stuff like that. So, and we're going to do durability and control are the next one. So with control, I think this thing is really good at controlling the ball out of face off. Or actually, no, we're going to change from control to passing, okay? Because this thing's got to be able to pass. This thing has literally negative hold, which I'm a big fan of a lot of holds. So this might not be the best head. So for passing and shooting, just in case I get a fast break, need to step in, deliver a shot. I'm gonna give this thing a 5. Not the best at that. Okay, so for durability, this thing is really soft. It's gonna flex super easily, potentially even break. And you can already see a little bit of this. So the durability is probably also going to get like a 4.5. I'll give it, because this is not the most durable head ever. And the throw is like non-existent. But there you go. So overall, this thing is going to get like a 6 overall. So Get GFO gets a 6. Next up is the Burn half recovery, the first face-off head that I ever but this is the first face-off head that ever really played a game and got me into face-offs. This thing's durability is very good. I've had this thing for many years, played many seasons with it. So I'm gonna give we're gonna do flexibility is probably a 7 on this thing. Pretty nice. The only problem is, it's probably a little soft. It's a little bit on the softer side. But the thing about it is it doesn't really recover anymore since how old this thing is. So durability, it fully broken in. I know this is kind of unfair, but it fully broken in is like a. Okay, but for stiffness, we're giving it like a 7. For flexibility, we're giving it a 7. For durability, or for passing and shooting, I think this thing also has negative hold, so I can only give it like a 5. And or low amount of whip. And then for durability, I have to give this thing like a good 7. So this probably 2 7s and 1 5. I'm pretty sure I said. So it's probably just overall is going to get a 7 on the head. I'm just going to give it a 7 overall. So yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So, not the worst head ever. Played many games with this head, but let's move on to the next head. So, guys, this one, I know everybody knows what this is, just off of looking at it. So basically, this is a shrinking Mark IIF for flexibility. I'll give it a 6, not very flexible. Passing this and shooting, this thing gets like a literally 2. I'm not even capping. This thing is horrible at passing and shooting. It literally can't. So this thing literally gets a 2 for passing and shooting. Sorry, but just does. Okay, actually, we're going to change it to slipping under opponents' heads with the other heads. My bad, but... Well, passing... Okay, we're getting into passing and shooting, and we're adding slipping under opponents' heads. So, these two... This one gets like a 7 on slipping under opponents' heads. This one gets like a 7 as well. So, these two still probably going to be 6s and 7s. So... that could probably boost their score a little bit, so they're probably going to both be 7s now. But, okay, so this one is most likely to slip under opponents' heads. It's going to be like probably a 5. Probably a 5, I don't know. It's just, I don't like it that much for slipping under opponents' heads. So this is definitely getting a 5 for that purpose. So this is getting a 5 for that. So far we have a 6 and a 5. So now for durability, this is definitely going to get like a 8 on durability. This thing is really strong. So, pretty good. So yeah, overall this thing's going to get a 7. Now we go into my favorite head ever. This is not my favorite color ever, but this is the Weapon X2 white. And I have 2 bone ones, so I'm only going to show 1 bone one, and I'm going to, because I have a dyed bone one, which is like a little different, because it's a little softer. So we use the regular bone one to represent. So basically, this head for flexibility is going to get like a 5. It is really stiff, honestly. Really stiff. It is a very stiff head. So for that reason, we're going to give this thing a 5. Flexibility, slipping under opponent head, probably a 5 as well, because this thing is just a tank. It's really stiff, in my opinion. So that's a 5 as well. And durability is like an 8. It's like an 8 on this thing. This thing is not breaking anytime soon. So overall, this thing is going to get a 7 or a 6.5. It's going to get a 6.5 overall, probably. That just makes no sense. So here you go, 6.5 for this head. So guys, we actually are going to be doing the blue one because technically this is kind of like its own type of head, even though it's just a bone. So for flexibility, with this thing, it's going to get like a 8 because this is like the perfect flexibility that I like to have a little bit, in between the soft and stiff. Is really where I like to go. So yeah, this thing gets a 8 for flexibility. For slipping under the opponent's head, it also gets like a 7 because it is very good at that. So probably a 7 as well, or a 7, or probably an 8. I'll give it an 8 here. For for durability, this thing probably is going to get a 7. So this head gets a overall 8. I'm just going to give it an 8, or I'll give it no, we'll just give it an 8. We'll probably get to a 7.5 for durability. So far this has the best score at an 8. So really good for this head. Here we go. So this is the regular bone one. A little bit stiffer, but this is like the perfect head. Basically, I love this head. I played a lot of tournaments with it. So this is definitely gonna get like a 7.5 for flexibility, for slipping under the opponent's head. An 8, same as the other Weapon X, because they're basically the same. Bone and the blue bone and the regular bone. So, and then for durability is also gonna get a 7. So overall, this thing is gonna get a 7.5. So guys, last but not least, definitely not least, if you guys saw my new video, then you'd know that this is the Black Weapon X, my new head that I just got. No bias, but this head is definitely the best one that I have. I feel like it is literally so good. The flexibility gets an 8 because it is literally the same flexiness as the blue, but it creases a lot better. Flex points are a lot better and just feels a lot nicer. It's a little bit stiffer and definitely slips on your opponent's heads way better. So this probably gets an 8.5 actually. So 8.5 for sure. For the slipping under opponent's head, definitely gets an 8.5 as well. Really good at that. And then for the last rating, which is durability, this thing does not feel like it's going to snap anytime soon, so it's also going to get an 8. So this thing gets an 8.5 overall. This is the best head that I have. So thank you guys for watching. No bias. This thing is actually amazing. And, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe and buy the Weapon X2. I'm telling you guys, buy the Weapon X2. It's the best head. Okay, see you guys.